Syria affirmed that it will not spare effort to guarantee a dignified, safe and voluntary return of the displaced and refugees to their homes in the areas liberated from terrorism, a return that Damascus denounces Washington and its allies are making conditional on a political change that serves their interests in the Arab country. From Damascus, our correspondent Hisham Wannous with the story.
El canciller de Siria, Faisal al-Mekdad, durante su reunión con el alto comisionado de la ONU.
Syrian Foreign Minister Faisal al-Mekdad, during his meeting with the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, reaffirmed Damascus' interest in the return of Syrians to their homes and expressed readiness to cooperate with the UN to achieve this goal, far from politicizing the issue. These statements are in line with the Syrian position announced at the International Conference on the Return of Syrian Refugees held in Damascus in 2020 and the subsequent 4 joint meetings of the Syrian-Russian ministerial bodies to facilitate this return.
All Syrian government institutions, including ministries, provincial governments and other entities, are working tirelessly to complete the rehabilitation of infrastructure and the restoration of services to ensure the right conditions for the safe and dignified return of refugees to their liberated cities, towns and villages.
The
1.5 million Syrian refugees in Lebanon, like the Lebanese, are suffering from the repercussions of the unprecedented political, social, and economic crisis in the country of the Cedars. Despite the UN's rejection, the Lebanese authorities proposed a plan for the monthly return of 15,000 Syrians to the country, a plan that Beirut says Damascus welcomed and expressed its willingness to receive all those who wish to return, with a commitment to provide them with aid, services, housing, medical care, education, and more.
Lebanon is pressing for a solution to the refugee problem, which it considers to be a major burden in the current circumstances of economic crisis. And for this reason, the UN High Commissioner for Refugee Affairs, Filippo Grandi, is currently visiting the region to discuss the issue, although I believe it is difficult to reach an agreement, since even Western countries are using this issue as a political pressure card.
Contrary to the Western version, Damascus claims that it prioritized the creation of conditions for such a return, including the establishment of 480 temporary reception centers throughout the country, the rehabilitation of infrastructure in liberated areas, the issuance of amnesty decrees, and the approval of procedures to facilitate and simplify procedures in border areas. Actions which, despite the difficulties caused by the war and the blockade, have facilitated the return to their homes of more than 1 million refugees abroad and nearly 5 million of the 7 million internally displaced persons in the last 3 years.
Hisham Wannous, teleSUR, Damascus, Syria.
And we have more news.